Big up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk for not just the Man United related type of match preview, which we often be doing. Today, I want to do a preview for all of the games. Why not? It's the final games of the season. All the teams are going to be playing at the exact same time tomorrow, Sunday. Wait, is it which day? No, it's not tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday.
Sunday.
People, yeah, thank you. People, I've had the day off yesterday and whatnot. So for me, it feels like it's Saturday today. So that's why. That's why. But yeah, someday. So in 2 days from now. But regardless, hey, we move. So yeah, we here. I'm here with someone that's been here before, but it's been a while. It's JPT from the At a Time podcast. Pew 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 pew. How are you, mate? You good?
I
Hmm.
mean, is it over yet?
Is
Is
hey,
it's just
it,
almost there? 90 more minutes.
exactly.
Uh,
90 more
I,
minutes, and then you're done.
it feels good. I mean, thank you for having me on here,
No
Sophie.
problem.
I wonder why she invited me here out of all days. No, I'm glad that I be back here. It's been a while since I think the last time we played. A little bit more even on that one, but just happy to be back. Always happy to check out the streams. So yeah, good.
Awesome, awesome. People, make sure you do subscribe to JPC channel. He is a Chelsea fan, by the way. So I have linked his channel in the title, but also in the description box. So make sure you show him some love, subscribe, and do the biz. And make sure you also give this video a big thumbs up. As you know, the more likes we get, the more the video will be pushed out there for other people to see. We're also on the road to 2K, so it'll be great. We can try to make that happen, soon. Soon. So, tell your auntie, your brother, your grandma, your whole family, and your extended family, and distant all of them. Just, all of them,
Hit
regardless.
that hit that WhatsApp. You got it. Just group
Yeah,
chat
yeah,
everyone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Might as well. Might
That's
as
what.
well. Yeah, and also we are finally monetized, so you can become a SFT member. You can get customized badge next to your name, emojis that you can use, member shout outs and whatnot. And once we get more so into, the summer and the season's done and whatnot, we'll probably do more like behind the scenes stuff. And by the way, people, today it took me a while, but Man United will be, kickstarting their preseason tour. They're going to be in the USA and whatnot, but before they go, they're going to come to Norway again. So I got myself some tickets, and yeah, I'm going to be going, and you will be seeing a vlog for sure. So July 12th, that's when I'll be going. I'm guessed. So yeah, 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 yeah. Hopefully, we got some good signings in by then, and the Glazers to be going. Yeah, I just went to different places, but yeah, hey, I'm guest. But yeah, let me say hi to the people before we fully start the show. Big up to TJ Warren, who says, "Have a great show, Sophia, legend in making. Let's go." I appreciate it, TJ Warren, Arsenal supporter. Been here for some calling shows before, so show him some love. He does, he's done his YouTube for like I think 2 months, and he's killing it. So show him some love. And yeah, big up to Bobby. Always shows love. Big up to True City fan. I mean, we cool now, but once we get to next Sunday, close to, I'm gonna be having you on, Patrick, for the Manchester Derby match preview in the FA Cup, and it's not gonna be good for you, for me. We'll see. But hey, regardless, it'll be interesting. But yeah, subscribe to his channel as well. Big up to Jordan. Hope you're doing well. Hannah says JPT hiding between the players. Yeah, we were supposed to be having more people on, but um, you know, stuff happens. Stuff came up and whatnot. But we'll definitely have them on for another show for sure. Big up to Ravi. Hope you're doing well. GTVVG. Marvin. Now says hello. There's Sophia and JPT, my guy from Lucas channel. Hey, big up.
Hmm.
Yes, big up to Ensman. Says big up to both me and you. JPT, big up. Subscribe to Ensman TV's channel. Liverpool supporter, but hey, hey, Big up to Das. Thank you now. Just, been rocking the bucket hats lately and actually started to take out my braids earlier today. So, I had to kind of hide it a little bit. So we're going to be doing the rest of it later. Yeah. Thank you, GTVG. Big up Lumen. No worries, Ensman. We'll definitely have you on for another show in the future for sure. No worries, brother. Big up Tato. And let's start. Okay. Big up everybody that's here. Keep getting touched up. So, JPT, talk to me. I mean, first and foremost, before we really dive into like the actual games for the Sunday and whatnot, I want to hear from your perspective. How has the season been for you as a Chelsea fan?
Um, I guess I can combine it or just summarize it in two words. Probably could form it into one, and that's sham and bollocks. It was shambolic to say the least, man. It's been a nightmare. Not even just since Tuchel was sacked unjustly too, but now people are calling him a fraud and with the Bayern job, but that's a whole different conversation.
Mm, yep.
Um, uh, it's just seeing like this was it BR football little skits, man. They're always just well done.
Oh, I love
But
it as well.
oh, if you haven't seen it, just check it out. Definitely good like little 90-second clip. But I would say it was over since Bully was announced, and I don't want to blame the whole
Yeah.
blame to Bully, but I think he's finally learned his lesson about you can't just buy shiny toys and expect it to work. It's not baseball. It's not your American football teams.
Exactly.
You
It's
have
Major
to
League
have a
Soccer.
plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and also probably listen to what the manager wants in his game plan. You might
Yep.
just the owner. Even in American sports, I mean, they have some influence, like any other owner would, but they let the coaches be the coaches, let the manager be the manager, let him, But it's hard to do that when you've downgraded twice since Tuchel, and one downgrading from the previous, because wow, Lampard, super frank.
Super, super Frank.
So you know what? If you're still gonna be in management, maybe MLS might be your suit. Or you know what? Just
Yeah.
if you really want to take a risk in whatever farm feeder team that Bully's trying to buy at this point in Portugal or France, which by the way, shout out Strasbourg Steve. Your team might be under Bully, so we'll see what
Oh,
this is. But yeah, it's looking not good, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. Lampard,
yeah.
wow. I think what 4 points since he's been here.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
can't. I'm waiting for at least a handful, so at least I can do like a John Cena thing. But it's not even that. I
It's
mean,
not like you're not even giving us that. It was the
not
whole
even.
40-point thing. Okay, you made sure that was, but you know, it's it's just mad that okay, like it was bad on the Potter, but like now it's bad, like that. This is beyond bad at this point. Like how you're getting a caretaker and he doesn't take care of anything. Let's just say that
It's that care.
that
It's
that
you know what it
care is not.
is. How
It's
do you
missing.
have a? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna say that care is missing. And were you one of the ones that was more so like inclined and like maybe content when Potter had to get sacked, and then for it to be Frank Lampard to be the caretaker? Were you okay with that, or did you think no, we should have probably have gotten another, maybe an actual the actual manager in, or at least anybody else but Frank Lampard? What are your
I
thoughts about
mean,
that?
what other proof do you need other than he was going to single-handedly take down Everton for I think the first time in their I think at least Premier League history. I think of all the club history. I'm not sure, but um, yeah. I mean, why would you do this? I think once Potter was sacked and we had Bruno for the I think it was I forgot what game he was managing, but oh, it was Liverpool boring game. And
The El
yeah,
Shitico.
yeah, exactly. They'll sleep and go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was just everyone being hyped that it's proper Chelsea, it's the vibes. I'm like, can we get experience? Can we get a system, a philosophy? I mean, Frank Lampard, I mean, God bless you as a player, and I hope
Yes.
this people can separate the player from the manager. I mean, if you can do it for your favorite musician, your favorite athlete, which we know they go into they get their own personal things. You can do this between a professional, like they did no wrong, just one side. Maybe go to punditry, go manage in the MLS, go let me hit up some family in Peru if there's openings in like their Peruvian soccer league. Like let me see what's going on over there. But something, but just get out of England as a manager. You're not ready for it. You didn't even do all that well with Derby County. And look, I mean, how he managed to get a win off of Bournemouth is beyond me. Man, for that he should have just won Manager of the Month. Just give him that
Uh,
at least. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it
Actually,
was it was
funny.
just bad. I mean, and now you've seen it on the players. I mean, it's a lot of these players are going to have a massive clear out, and hopefully that nothing would change unless this goes first, and then we address the issues instead of just buying big names. People are being linked with Neymar, and of course, Chelsea's always going to be in that name discussion. So, and which will fix nothing, but it's a
Hmm.
shiny new toy, and how Bully's been acting.
That is a good point. I mean, with it's mad, like so much money spent, and then the performance obviously doesn't reflect that, which is of course quite unfortunate. But is there players that you guys bought in this season that you feel like has stood up or stood out in like maybe in a positive way still?
Um, Noni, I mean, I'm not saying like, if this was like during when Chelsea are just hit like flying, it would still just be okay. Let's maybe take a look. But now he's just like, you know what? In the attack, he might be the one doing something, even though he's, some Chelsea fans say like, you know what? Don't be scanned by just our low bar. But that's the thing. Our bar's been so low and just lower expectations after each game. Besides that, Enzo, of course, overpriced, yes, but I mean, if you put him around the right players and right team, this guy would be cooking.
Yeah.
Um, and other than that, maybe Chile. Hopefully his injury isn't too bad.
Hmm.
Other than that, I can't really name any. No, no, at least I don't think so. I can name some players that came in that either were pointless buys or just been shocking.
That was actually going to be my next question. Go ahead.
Okay, though Kukureya and Koulibaly come to mind easily. We definitely got swindled by Brighton on that one.
Hmm.
Um, and I will give him the benefit of the doubt, saying how he looked in Brighton versus how he looked under Potter at Chelsea with one hand tied behind his back. I know it was the same manager there, and then also with Lampard, it's just getting worse.
Hmm.
Koulibaly, check his birth certificate. There's no way he's only, what, 31, 32 years old.
Oof.
Um, the man looks like 42. You can't tell me the Silva's almost 10 years your senior is in that
That
much
is a good
better
point.
pace. Yeah.
That's a
I
very
mean,
good point. Oof.
uh, Mudryk was a pointless buy. We just bought him just so Arsenal couldn't.
Yeah, it was more so like we just want to make sure you don't get him. That's it. We just want to rub it in your face.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
it.
can he cook? I mean, what if he had a better career under Arsenal? Absolutely. I think he would have at least had minimum 5 goals.
Maybe.
Maybe. But I mean, look at the players around him. Look at the system that they were flying under, and imagine that. I mean, I'm not saying he would have saved like, oh, with them he would have got them the Premier. No, that's the youth mentality that shook him up since Liverpool. That at least I believe that was what happened. But other than that, I mean, Dacho doesn't get many starts. Noni's
Yeah.
just been getting some starts and he's been looking good. Amari Hutchinson, I don't know where he's been. Chuko, actually, I think he's been in the U23s. And then Chukwemeka came in just as late. Uh, Malagusto's not coming until next season. Andres Santos not coming until January. Fafana, wow, 2 assists to the other team at least. He
Ooh,
gave what
for
the
fun.
perfect assist to was it Rashford, and then
Yeah, it
one
was
perfect
Rashford.
assist to set up Alvarez.
Takes
I mean,
Wow.
it doesn't look like he just doesn't even care anymore. And you know what? That looks like a constant theme here. Either the
Yeah.
players don't want to be here, or they want to get paid more than really that they deserve.
Yeah.
Mounts.
Yes. That's another thing, with Mount. Do you feel like, with the whole contract thing still going on and whatnot? Let's say it doesn't get resolved and he does go. Would you be okay with him leaving, or would you prefer him staying?
With the money he's asking for, there's no way to justify that. If
That's
even
mad, by the way.
it's I mean, look, and for anyone who in the Chelsea side is saying, like, he's still gonna he like we should do whatever he takes to sign him, um, and blaming the ownership. I was like, no. I mean, if you want to reward mediocrity and pretty much holding Chelsea and his contract hostage for this, um, is that really our star point? The Cobham's finest, the proper Chelsea, he
Proper
dies
shells?
dies for the club. No, no. I don't think that a player that would be, mm, lack of a better word to wash my mouth, crying about I want to get paid like Reece James. Maybe under Roman this could have happened, but right now under Todd and what he's trying to implement with rewarding the players with like what's
Hmm.
performance wages, I guess was what it's called. Maybe, but he doesn't want that, and he wants a big contract. Personally, I think he's doing it to force a move because he knows we're not going to give him that money, and then he knows he's going to go to a
Yeah.
club that's going to one utilize to his strengths, like play to his strengths,
Hmm.
or put him in a system that he could just thrive in. Which United, which I want to know your thoughts about, once I get to there, it could be a destination. Liverpool's a destination. What is it? Newcastle's a destination. Arsenal apparently. What there under their managers, he would have a better career than what he had this season. I don't know about the previous season, but he would be putting up some numbers where he could be like,
Hmm.
you know what, maybe it was good that we picked him up. There's not going to be this much. There's a reason. There's got to be a reason why there's these big name clubs to rumored with his name, and apparently United actually made contact with him. So, as far as for you, do you think under what Ten Hag wants, you want him, and if so, how do you predict his season's going to be next season?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. I mean, for me, like Mason Mount is like he's an okay player, but it's not what I would want. Definitely
Hmm.
not for the price that you guys are asking for. I mean, I think we would. What was it? Was it 2 days ago or something like that? Where David Ornstein said something with like we would potentially try to bid like 55 million or something like that. I still am not really on board with that. I just think there would be better options. He wouldn't be the ideal midfielder for me to get, even though we should at least get two. But no, obviously, if Ten Hag, if he ends up coming to and wears the Man United shirt next season, then hey, obviously you're gonna be. I mean, I've had to be on board, in Ten Hag I trust. You gotta just support the play and whatnot because
Hmm.
hey, it's gonna be wearing this badge and whatnot. But I personally don't see it. If I'm gonna be very honest, I am thinking. I just haven't. You know what I'm thinking? What if it'll be like with Cody Hakpo when Man United was like, okay, we were heavily linked to him, and it was highly advanced deal coming in and
Hmm.
whatnot, and then suddenly the day after, or I think that same night, no, it was that same night. Here we go, Cody Hakpo to Liverpool. Could that be the case for Mount to Liverpool? Could that be?
It makes more sense for him to go there because they're in dire need of a midfield like Henderson needs to go. I think Fabinho might have been their best midfielder, but uh, I think his age is catching up to him. If I think his age is 30, is he in his 30s now, right?
I would believe so.
Milner's definitely got to go. He's almost hitting 50. Like this man's been here since like the 1800s. Like this man has been here. I'm surprised he's still like in a big name. I would at this time he would have been like either at Championship or another league in the UK, but Liverpool, okay. Naby Keita needs to go. Um,
Yeah, they are going. Naby
yeah,
Keita, Milner, and all of them. Like they are going, so they have to be, in Oxlade Chamberlain as well.
Ox, yeah.
Big
Wow.
up to Anfield Uncle Rods. He is a Liverpool
Oh,
supporter. Says don't want Mount. We don't want him either.
nobody
How
wants
about that?
him. Not the fans don't
TJ,
want him.
TJ, do you want Mount to Arsenal? Let me know, TJ. Let me know.
Oh my
Let me
goodness, and it
know.
would work. The chemistry between him and Jorginho. Oh my
Oh
god.
my God! What?
And Rice is coming too. Is this is
Yes,
this is this City reject slash Chelsea FC? Like what's
yes.
like
Let's make that
it's
happen, JP. Hey, TJ, we'll sort that out.
we'll give you
We'll sort
Frank
that out.
Lampard for free too.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There you go.
Three for one
No,
deal. Why not?
there's 3 for 1
Yeah.
deal. We'll pay his
Hey,
wages.
hey. No worries. But yeah, but I don't know. I mean, oh, this question for Bart says, could Mason Mount go to Roma? Mourinho?
Jose. Hmm. Well, it depends too. How long is Jose going to be there for? Because isn't he rumored to be
Yeah,
going? Or is he rumored to be with the Brazil job at more than? I think if anything, Carlos going to be going to Brazil, but
I think so
I
too.
think Jose. I mean, I think he was only going to
Hmm.
leave if Poch wasn't coming. I think that's the thing, and we're going to see Jose Mourinho Part 3. And I don't think. I mean, some Chelsea fans think it would be a good idea, but uh, I think right now, no.
TJ says
That's
no
true. I
one
like
wants Mason
TJ.
Mount, but since his former Chelsea, it'll probably happen. And he also said Arsenal FC equals Chelsea shady. I could acres.
You
Well,
know what's
that's fun.
crazy?
That's fun.
It just hit me that like between Arsenal and Chelsea, there's been a lot of deals going on as of late. I mean, I know they've been like we've been getting them like players that
It
not
has,
working out,
yeah, over the years. Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. It
now
has
they got a
been.
little comeback with who did we buy from them? That was oh, well, at least we went for Mudryk, but I mean, I don't know if we got any players of theirs recently. That's yeah, no.
Giroud?
Giroud, actually, yeah, Giroud was one. But now it looks like I guess what I was trying to say is like our star players from our team is going to them now.
Yeah, it's more.
Yeah,
Yeah, that. Yeah, I see that.
yeah,
Yeah,
because Giroud,
yeah.
oh my goodness, I was like, why did we let him go? We thought he was too old.
I think Giroud is very underrated. I'm not gonna lie.
He
I
was,
like him, man. I think he's a good player. There's come in some question here. Bart has been on it with the questions.
hmm
Those are all related to Chelsea, so we're still gonna be here a little bit more on that segment. So Bart asked, who will you give the captaincy to as Cesar Azpilicueta is leaving this summer? Aspi.
I I would love it for it to go to Silva, but um,
Mm,
if they're gonna give it to a player, well, listen to it. It's Silva staying. It was weird because people were taking what he says like, very cryptically. It's like, oh, is this going to be the last time he's going to be in Chelsea this year? But then his wife is confirmed, like, no, we love London. We're going to stay.
yeah, I heard that.
Um, but maybe she's just trying to. I mean, I don't try to pay attention. If they want to go, they want to go. I mean, he's 40 or almost 40 years old. As a defender,
Doesn't look
that's
like it, man.
he looks younger than both of us, and
Yes.
he's been at least for me, he's in better shape than me. Like
Yo,
I
he
don't know
better
how he
shape
does
than
this.
me. I would. Yo,
Like, let me borrow
if
some
I
muscle,
had
bro.
his
Like,
lungs, can we trade lungs, Thiago Silva? Give me your lungs, man. Come on now.
I mean, but that's the
I'll be
thing. I
good.
mean, but he's still killing it, and hopefully, it looks like he loves the club. So why not him? But other than that, if not Silva, then it's gonna most likely go to James.
Ooh, you know what? I can see that. I can maybe potentially. That's not a bad shout, actually.
Well,
Ooh.
the Mount fanboys are gonna be upset with that because they think it should
Oh,
be him.
I think when people are making it like they focus too much on like player based and not focus on the actual team. I'm
hmm
not gonna pick a player ahead of my team. Of course I have players that I like and whatnot. Like I'm a big, De Gea stan and whatnot. But if he goes, thank you for your service. I love you. We move on. Thank you for the memories, and
Exactly.
that's that. I'm not gonna
hmm
sit here and be like, oh my god, what? We move. You know?
Exactly. You can leave with grace, or you can leave like I don't know if I don't know. I just want to see like players that that say like that don't want to be here or that want too much money. Just throw them out like Jazz and Fresh Prince. Like I just want them just take the bags and
Yes.
just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
Oh my god.
like
Oh,
just
I
get it.
love that show.
I mean, and that right now, the player that
Good.
as much as Mount as much of a headache he's been giving us, I'd rather do that to Connor. But he'll slip his way out. The man was on ice skates yesterday, and I don't know what I thought it was. I was blaming like, what's the So you watered the grass too much? What's
Yeah, yeah,
going
yeah.
on?
I was also saying that in my match reaction. I was like, oh, do we water our grass too much? Like, what is it? And then a guy that a fellow United supporter, Nathan, was like, yeah, but maybe it's the boots. I was like, I don't know. It was just, it was very weird, very, very weird.
I mean, I mean, it's a good metaphor for our season. So
Yeah.
it's
Hey.
and but yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, but from that game, all congratulations are in order for qualifying for Champions League. So we go to United, well deserved. But it's what can we say? I mean, I thought Ten Hag was just gonna go for just like let's keep it safe, let's not risk any injuries, and just go with our B squad. I mean, if City can kill us with their C squad, B squad, whatever, that bench was still amazing. I'm like, oh, good God, this is their bench. Let's be scared. And I was like, okay, United's gonna do that. All they need is a point. But Ten Hag, that's a winning
He was
mentality
like, yo.
coach.
Yeah, but I like that all the players was, they were also weird that, hey, we just need 1 point, but we would like to win it. We would still like to win it, you know?
Hmm. I mean, Ten
And
Hag
I'm
up
glad we
two
showed up.
nil and still upset with the players because he was. I'm sure he was worried that we should be up 4-0 at this point. What the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
because that's, and he also said, he came out later and said, like, I need better players. Like, if I'm going to compete and whatnot next season, I need better players. And I completely agree with you, you know?
Yeah, and if I'm not sure if it's be addressed in the stream here or in the future stream, but I would love to see who you think United should get for this summer to help because honestly, as much as I don't like United, I think them and Newcastle, if they spend right, they could be. This could be a three-way title race.
Hey,
I'm not gonna really put Arsenal there just because maybe this is the best that they can do, or maybe
I
this
can
really
see that.
just was a fluke season. But and also we'll see what which of these players are gonna stay. I know they re-signed Ramsdale. I think they re-signed Nelson and Saka out of the
Yes,
three.
yes, yeah.
Shaka is gone, so I know
Well,
that was a
I always
polarizing
had like a
figure.
soft spot for Granit Xhaka, so I'm not going to see his pretty face anymore. But it's fine. It's fine.
Don't make sure to Miss Melita doesn't hear that 'cause that's her man's. That's like she'll she took that news very hard. But
Hmm.
and sometimes when that happens with your favorite player, it's hate to see them go, but thank you for the memories. And
Yeah.
yeah, I know TJ. I was gonna say it's a polarizing
TJ said
figure.
Shaka can leave. TJ, don't.
He
No.
said like, let me put him in that jazz situation. Like
It's
that
like,
just.
leave. You
But
know?
not only him, Lee Gunner says the same thing.
No, I
Uh,
get it. And that's fair. I mean, like, if they want to progress, certain players got to go. You guys say thank you for the memories. But if we want to be able to level up and to go to where we want to go, we can't have players that still, pull us back, if that makes sense. So, and the same goes with
yeah,
Man United as well. So yeah, but we will definitely talk a little bit about, the maybe some players that I'm thinking about. There's some few more questions that
Bart's going heavy with the questions. I like
Bart,
it.
yes. So I'm just going to quickly let you answer these, and then we can move on to talk a little bit about Man United. Why not?
Mm,
So why do Chelsea have, and I don't know if this is true, but okay, three
mm-mm.
directors of footballs, from Southampton, one from Brighton, and one from Leipzig. Who has the final say? Should Reece James be the next cap? I mean, technically we answered the last
Mm.
one, but the
Three
one
directors. I mean, I haven't heard that one. I
I've
just
not
know
heard that.
was I always mispronounce it, but Vivel is one. But right now, if anything, there's probably two, and one of them is Bully. If not, the third one could be Igbali. These I think they
Ooh,
might have the final say in these. I mean, they're getting negotiations done. I'll give them that. But if they're really the ones scouting the players or whatever, because can you tell me out of the players that we bought, like the whole what is it, 18 players that we bought? What do they even play the same style? Would they even fit with whatever's going on? And no, I just it's
yeah,
hopefully Poch can sort this out, which
yes.
um
Figure out the ones that
crazy to say,
works, the ones that gotta go. Ooh, speaking of, since Parch is the new manager,
but not
you can,
officially.
but yeah, not
Yeah,
official. But let's just hypothetically, let's just say he would be, or he is and whatnot. You happy with that decision, or would you
is
prefer somebody else?
Well, not my first choice because I know Enrique was top of a lot of people. So the same with Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann's not that he's inexperienced, but I think the age would have been a big factor to how the players view him. Um, Jose might have been someone too that I would have put over Poch. But since I mean, one thing that people always mention with Poch is that when it comes to young players, he's good at developing them. And right now, he's got a whole kindergarten class. This man just needs time with these kids, get them to where they be,
Yeah.
put that authority. And I that's the part I emphasize the most authoritative presence because I look at like Pep and Ten Hag and like they established that. I mean, Ten Hag put his foot down with Ronaldo, and I have respected him for that since that day. I'm like, you know what,
Yes.
United's going to be in good hands as
Yep.
long as the Glazers don't have too much say in this, and that they
Exactly.
get the Qataris. But Jim Ratcliffe might be coming through the door, and let's see. I know you, Jim Ratcliffe's probably not on your list of.
Today I feel Qatari.
That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say.
Well, you
That
might
is.
want to find one that says, "I feel like Ratcliffe,
Oh,
the rap man himself."
JPT now.
Um, I mean, look, I always like to to be the best, you gotta beat the best. As Ric Flair would say, to be the man, you gotta be the man. You definitely need your opposition at its strongest. So when you do beat them, it's that much sweeter. I love competition, and with the Qataris, I think they would have definitely saved United. But we'll see what happens. I mean, you predicting an announcement of an ownership soon, or
They said by the end of this week, and obviously they were waiting to see will they be getting top four or not, and we did. So let's use the high that we're all in right now to then announce it. And also, I did see like who was it earlier? I think somebody tweeted out that like they're working on like revamping or like no renovating. I think the academy or something like outside of it. And I'm like, okay, where do you get that money from then? Huh? Why are we linked to so many players? Hmm. New owners coming in? I don't know. I don't know. I think there's more questions, but guys, we're going to answer that more a little bit later, just so we can move the conversation a bit. But since we are on the topic on Man United, how do you see, from your perspective as a Chelsea fan, the job that Ten Hag has done over this his first season? Thoughts on that?
as a Chelsea fan perspective,
Yeah,
the one word just comes to mind is envious because my goodness, I mean, not even. I mean, look, he's done. I think he's had more success under in his first season than Arteta has in this whole time at Arsenal. For example, I know he's got the or the FA Cup and United's only. I won't say
Carabao
only
Cup.
one that you care about cup,
Yeah,
but then
but
again,
obviously
let's be
FA Cup
honest.
is the big.
Yeah, yeah,
Even I
I'll
can
say
say that
that.
the, that's the truth. Historically, it's the better
But
league.
if
So
you're doing this in your first season, geez, imagine with the time that Arteta's had. I mean, this guy is gonna be maybe be the ones to break that or to prevent the 4P or yeah.
I almost feel like that's in a way written. I don't know. I just have a feeling because it's never, there's never been a Manchester derby in an FA Cup final. All of a sudden, there is. Hmm?
If not,
Why is it? You tell me,
mm,
JPT. You tell me.
well, why is it the what?
Why is it that we suddenly now have? We never had this before a Manchester derby final in an FA Cup. That's never been. Why now?
Uh, actually, I don't know. I mean, I would say maybe if we're just going to take the time since City became City, um, the competition from Chelsea was good, but I'm trying to think the last time was when since we made the finals around that time. I know last few times we've been there, we've crapped the bed versus Arsenal, Leicester, and it was a fourth team. I can't remember or a third team, but anyways, um, I don't know. I mean, at least since Alex Ferguson, I mean, the replacement since then have been horrible. I mean, Moyes was okay at best.
Mm-mm,
Um,
mm-mm, mm-mm.
I mean, and then wait, who else came after him? You got Ole, you
Van
got
Gaal.
Ralph.
It was Van Gaal, and
Oh,
then it
Van
was
Gogh.
Jose, and
Oh,
then it was Ule, then it was Michael Carrick for a short amount of time.
But at least
It's
Jose
a real
got you Europa though.
yeah. Technically, Jose Mourinho won us 3 trophies.
Hmm.
He actually won us, the Carabao Cup. Yeah, the league. Yeah, he did. I think we got a community shield as well. We did, and then I mean, I don't really count the community shield, but and also
Nice play.
the Europa League, of course.
Yeah. So I mean, but I mean, for FA Cup, I mean, let's see if you can do it. Ten Hag can. I think they might have the best chance to prevent the treble. I know you guys are gonna be missing Anthony quite badly in that on that right
Yeah,
side, but we'll see. I think there's enough depth in the attack to put up at least a fight. And I
yeah,
think, and you guys, I know that they're gonna be more. This is gonna happen before the Champions League final,
yes,
1 week ahead,
exactly.
right?
Yes,
So they might be having that on the price because the FA Cup. I don't know if they want to win it.
they
Pep is
want
a
to win
winner,
it.
but it's the Champions League. Just that the what is the word for it? That the thing that just got away, that it's in arm's reach,
Yeah, yeah,
and so yeah, that's I know that's the main priority for them. But
yeah.
um, I want to ask you something. If you guys were to finish, let's say if you finish fourth, or even third with the double, is this counts as a better or more successful season than Arsenal? Because I know that's been a popular question that's just been going
Yes,
on, and I think so too.
yeah,
Even if you guys were to finish in fifth, I would say if you guys got the double, like the Carabao and FA,
yeah.
2 cups first season,
Yes,
hands down.
that is way over what I was saying. Hey, we can get like maybe top four in a trophy. Yo, I'm good. Or
And
right?
winning
But
FA.
like,
Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just saying like like a trophy, like I said, and then and then potentially get top four and whatnot. Then that for me would be would make to be a very good season. And so far, like we have done that, and we are in another cup final. So I
It's
mean, for
final.
me, even if we don't win the FA Cup final, I still would say that we had a better season than Arsenal because we still have a trophy. If we're going to be honest. Also, you know what I clocked? So I mean, we will be talking about the predictions here, but let's
Once we
say
get there.
Arsenal. Yeah, we'll get there. Let's say Arsenal do because we just went on United
This
and
conversation.
Chelsea, but it's a vibe. It still works. So if Wolves, let's say they hypothetically they win against Arsenal, and let's just say Man United wins against Fulham, we'll be 6 points behind Arsenal. 6 points.
Yes.
Uncomfortable conversations might need to be had, people, and I'm ready to have them.
Yeah, that's why I've been talking to a few Arsenal fans about what their um, point of views are when it comes to their season because it's either to the extremes of Arteta out, get this everything, get
Yes,
Edu out, get the ownership needs to get out, and then I was like, well, it's progression, it's success compared to recent years, it is promise, and it isn't like what it depends. Yeah, it depends on the glass half full kind of thing, and
exactly.
but I know success only measured with trophies in athletics. So reality is reality is that it's been I think it's not a good year for them when considering that they were 93% done.
246 days, I believe. I mean, that is mad. Like, if that was mine, I would be annoyed. I would be hella pissed. Be mad. Like, we can't be that is a bottling. Come
Yeah, I
on
mean
now.
by definition, yeah. Yeah, I
You
won't say
know,
it's the worst bottling, but yeah,
it's up there.
it's up there. It's
It's up
it's
there.
got to be in the discussion, yeah.
It gotta be a discussion.
Hmm.
Like I said, conversations might need to be had. But yeah, but obviously, like, the title race when it comes to the final games of the season, which we'll move on to now, it's 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 not really much excitement like it was with last season. Remember when last season the title was actually decided on that final day?
Those are the
And
best
there's
ones.
not really any top four, nothing. What is the more interesting would be the relegation, maybe. That is something that's still there, if that makes sense. If anything, potentially
Mm.
having Leeds could still stay up, or they could get relegated. Everton have a chance, but Leicester, What do you think? How do you feel about with Leicester? Like Leicester, they won the league, not that long ago, and then they were, kind of like almost making it to top four with Brendan Rodgers here and there, making it fifth, and then they've completely dropped off. Okay, Brendan Rodgers got sacked, then, what was it? Dean Smith came in, but has he made it in even better? Not really. So, what are we doing here? I don't know. I'm a bit upset, I'm a bit bummed out with Leicester just dropping up like that. They gave us a good rodeo, but maybe it's just coming to an end. I don't know. What do you feel?
I mean, how many of their players from their since their title winning season are gone? Conte left, Mahrez left, um,
Kasper Schmeichel.
Kasper Schmeichel left. Um, they had a, I
Ooh.
think, a Japanese player that was very vital there. Um,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I know who you're talking about. I know who you talk about. I just don't have the name here. But Wes Morgan, the captain.
Wes Morgan too, but he was also
Yeah.
getting old on the older side. I mean, Vardy
Yeah, yeah,
stayed,
yeah,
but
yeah,
Vardy
yeah.
was not the
Party,
answer.
drink water went to you guys. I mean, ooh,
Uh,
that didn't really, work out. But hey,
yeah. But yeah, either way, it's a lot of their players had left.
is that the guy?
Right,
Lucas Sassi?
Shinji. It was
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, yeah. Bart knows a lot of stuff, by the way. We like to call him self-proclaimed troll because he does troll a lot, but he does have sensible moments. This is one of them. Thank you,
Yeah,
Bart. Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Mm.
But yeah, and I mean, Ranieri just he had a special squad there.
Yes.
But yeah, and now I think it was just they signed their fate when they got rid of Schmeichel. Why would you get rid of a goalkeeper? If I had known that they were in discussions of letting him go, I would have gladly taken him to compare to what we have right now.
Ooh.
I mean, Schmeichel, he went to France. I don't know what French team he went to, but um, I mean, from what I think, how have you been keeping up with his new club?
Not really. I mean, I know that he plays for he plays for Nice, who is basically, Sir
Nice.
Jim Ratcliffe owns Nice. So, you know, Kasper Schmeichel, I think he was interviewed a few weeks ago, telling Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos group. That's one of the reasons to why I wanted to go to Nice. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. Stop lying. Why lying? Because of Ineos. Come get out of here. But regardless, I don't know. I think I maybe heard that he's been sitting on the bench a little bit here and there.
Mm.
So hasn't really been
Well, that's
going
just
too smooth
that.
sailing. But hey,
Yeah, wasted talent. And I just yeah, so they finished ninth, or they're finishing. Let's look like they could finish at eighth at best. But yeah, I mean, I didn't. It caught me by surprise because was bad and Iverson has looked worse. That one defender that looks like bootleg David Luiz Fai's
yes,
face.
Wood Fires.
Oh
That guy
my
scored two
god!
on goals against Liverpool, and Liverpool won the game. 2-1. They didn't even score their own goals. What? That guy is horrible.
Um,
Nah, 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 nah. He is
yes,
horrendous.
yeah,
Yo, yo,
it's
yo, yo, yo. Guy's
but
gotta be
yeah,
gone.
it's good luck in the championship, and they're gonna lose a lot of their players. Madison, Tillsman, uh, I think one of their defenders has gone to Atletico Madrid, or is already signed the deal with Madrid, just waiting for it to come down.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Um, but yeah, I'm not too surprised or that they're going down. Just mm, I mean, who else? I mean, I that whole relegation battle team is like you can make an argument for all of them, but yeah, would have been crazy to see Everton go down. But here comes
Do
Sean.
you because everything hasn't been relegated before? Do you think that can become like the upset that
Uh,
final day?
no, I mean if we get once we get to the predictions, if we get to the predictions,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah. We will have to.
um, I think they really all they need is a draw, and it's unlikely that Leicester's going to score 6 or 7 goals, which I think they need to make up the goal difference. Yep. So I don't want to butcher his name.
So Yonsu, I believe that's
Yeah,
how you say it.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Didi is also going to.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be
So
tough.
they're gonna need a lot for next season.
Yep,
But yeah, it's a shame,
it's a
but
shame.
good luck next year.
Good
That's all
luck
I can
next
say.
year. Yeah, but since we are on, let's for the final segment, let's just go straight to the predictions. If you have any more questions, people, do feel free to put the questions down below, and then we'll answer it at the end. But yeah, for prediction, we'll start off with Arsenal versus Wolverhampton. What do you think will happen?
Oh, I mean, wow, what this game was supposed to be meant for, Arsenal, the celebration, coming home with the title. It's just like, what's this game for? It's just, again, as you mentioned, like top four is already secured. Nothing's changing. You could probably guess even the relegation size is pretty much
Yeah,
done. It's
Wolves is
just
also good as well. Like, it's nothing really to play for either team.
yeah, and I mean, it's I think it's just they're gonna end the season on a high for the fans, and yeah, traditional or as expected. I'm guessing a 3-0 win versus Wolves.
Really?
Yeah, I mean Wolves. I outside the Molyneux, I don't see them as like that much of a good team. I think they have like I think the second
Oh,
worst away record,
oh wow.
second or third. I don't know. But
Yeah, we might
it's
be up there as well. But hey,
yeah.
that's another story for another day.
How do you see this game going down?
I think Wolves is gonna win. I'm telling you. I think Wolves is gonna win by 1-0.
You
Wolves is winning.
oh
I just have a feeling because I think Arsenal. They just want. Yeah, I know what you do make a great point with they would want to finish off at least on a high note, but I just feel like the fact that okay we messed up at the when we really needed to show we messed up
yeah.
at the business end of the season we messed up. We're just not in it right now. They're gonna they're not gonna do it.
It's
That's what I feel, but I don't know if it will happen. But we'll see. I hope it will happen, but I also I genuinely think it's going to be that Wolves will do something. I just have a feeling. But yeah, so
that's what we
you
predict.
first.
That's a tough
Yeah,
prediction. Wow. Okay,
yeah.
Sophie, gotta go to Vegas one day.
Just
uh,
okay.
uh,
So what about Man United versus Fulham?
man, I'm trying to think what I said for this one. Um,
We're
I
probably
don't.
going to have a lot of players sit down, I would think, since it's going to be a week until the FA Cup. Technically, it's 6 days actually. No, no.
It's either
Wait,
six
no,
or
yeah,
seven.
it will be because it's going to be a Saturday. 6 days, 6 days. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this is if anything, this is for a game for United to secure. I think finishing in third. I think if they were to win this, they would secure that for sure. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yay! What? Yeah,
Um, Other than that, I mean, it depends if Ten Hag really wants like if it's a big thing for him. But I think after what happened with Anthony, that it's rumored that he's gonna be gone for 2 to 3 months,
that's so
and it looked
horrible.
bad. It looked bad. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah. Oh my
um
God, my heart shattered. It was not good. Oof. Hopefully, he gets a quick recovery.
yeah, yeah. It's I was like, you know what? I'm not surprised because you're playing off a team that's playing horribly but pissed off. And Chalaba, it was a clean tackle. He didn't do anything wrong, but it
No, 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 he
just
didn't. Yeah,
yeah, it's just that just happens.
it
Just roll over his
happens.
ankle.
Yeah,
And Fulham too. This game just when it's like you said, this type of end of the season. There's everything's already pretty much set unless you're just going for bragging rights. Fulham have nothing to play for as well.
yeah. They're safe.
They're safe, yeah,
Safe.
and I'm predicting a 2-2 draw. It's at Old Trafford. They want. I know. I'm sure they want to. Also, same thing with at the Emirates, like with Arsenal. Don't want to end off the season too bad, but it's just to close out the season because they still got one more big game left, and so this is really meaningless for them. So 2-2 draw.
2-2. Okay. I think it's going to be 2-0 to Man United. We
Hmm.
do well at home, so that's only reason why I'm kind of banking on that we're going to win. But it's not going to be, the most glamorous game by any means. Oof, no,
Mm.
no. But I don't know. We will see. Maybe like Sancho probably would be playing. I wouldn't mind him being on the right. Actually did look a lot better on the right yesterday. when Anthony got subbed off and whatnot. So we'll see. Mikanacho could start. Woodvik could start. Maguire hashtag Maggie could
Oh,
start. Just bring them all in.
bring the kids
Final
in,
game. Final
Malasia,
game.
bring everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Final goodbye for Maguire. Say bye bye. Thank you for your service, but bye bye. So 2-0 for me. What about Leeds versus Spurs? I mean, Leeds,
Ooh,
they need a win. And
ooh, ooh, ooh.
Spurs are done out here. They are done out here.
It's this one's an interesting one because you got one team trying to avoid relegation. You have one team trying to avoid Europa Conference League. It's and either way, I don't think Spurs are going to get yeah, the UECL. I think that should go to Villa. They've had a great late run of the season, but we'll go to that game when we come to it. Um, Spurs, man, what a downfall they've had. I mean, and I know they're only the second worst London-based team right now. But I would say that either way, there's similarities of what they're going through and what we're going through. The only difference is that we spent really incorrectly, while they spent. Mm, I would say that Poro might have been a good signing. Romero was a very good signing for them.
Hmm.
This is going to be a. I think with Leeds, that urge to fight relegation is really going to come out, and the only thing I'm expecting from Spurs is Kane to be on the scoreboard. He tends to score. Like he's Mr. Consistent. Might be also a future United player. Who knows? If Osimhen doesn't
Yes.
come through, which I want to hear your thoughts about possible Kane to United, but um, I'm gonna go with Leeds winning 3-1.
Leeds winning.
Hmm.
I'm
I
going
don't
with
like
Leeds
I
winning
don't
as
like
well.
Leeds. I don't like either team, but mm, am I confident with a 3? Are they gonna get 3?
I will say 2-1 to Leeds. I definitely think Kane will score. I'm going to
Yeah,
say 2-1.
Kane
Kane
is definitely
scoring.
gonna
He's
score.
scoring. It's actually
Um,
mad that he's been able to put these numbers with the shitty Spurs side. It just shows that the fact that they're even they've been like amongst the top four for a while, even though they dropped off as of lately. He's been carrying them on the back, legit. So I would love to answer your question. I would love to have Harry Kane for me. Like I'm definitely. I think as of probably this since maybe February, I've been like, yo, bring me Harry Kane. Even though I love Victor Osimhen, but like Kane gives me kind of like RVP vibes. I don't know. Can we replicate RVP? Can we? I hope.
it's it could. I would say this. So compared to, I wonder what Spurs are asking for, but I know it's nowhere near the 150 mil that they're asking for Osimhen. Uh, I
He has
think
1 year
too.
in his
It,
contract as well, so 1 year
hmm,
left. So
so the
we'll
thing
see.
with that too is that I think Kane's season right now is just going really under the radar. Just if it wasn't for Holland, I mean, what does he
Oh
have?
yeah,
26, 27 goals now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
28.
28. That
Crazy.
in any season before Holland, like pre-Holland, that
Yeah,
is
like that is
oh
yeah. If it was for Holland, we all would be like, talking about this. But we aren't because Holland is doing robotic stuff. He's not human. So, you know, that's
yeah,
what it is. But
yeah,
yeah, so okay, so we're both basically thinking, predicting that Leeds would win against Spurs.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna be excited to see like expressions, watch alongs and whatnot. Even though I'll do a watch along for United Fulham, but I like just to kind of look at it afterwards and whatnot. So that's
Mm.
funny in his match reactions. Oh, no, no, it's been hilarious watching. Lord, I will not
Oh,
forget when Liverpool and Spurs, when Spurs made like what you thought was going to be the comeback, but then Jota scored at the end. That is, it's iconic. And then you see expression be like, "Oh my god," celebrating because it's 3-3, and then 10 seconds later, Jota scores the winner. Ah, that was mad. That
Richarlison
was
can't
mad.
can't get a break.
Oh, no, he cannot get a break. Oh, the pigeon. Bless
The
his heart,
pigeon.
though. Bless
Put the
his heart.
pigeon down at this point. That's
Yeah.
apparently he's getting some word with I think he's rumored with either Barca or Madrid. One of those two
I think it
clubs.
was Madrid. Was it not because,
I think so.
because of, Ancelotti, you used to be managing Everton while Richarlison was there. So that's the link there.
Yeah.
But
Either way, it's. I think that despite the cost of Mudryk, I mean, this is supposedly a player that was quote unquote Premier League proven and splashed the cash for him and produced one goal. And it took him how long now?
many
Almost a whole
games.
season.
Yeah, almost a whole. Yeah, nope. The no go. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing like a show next week, like basically for my team of the season, but also another show where it's gonna be like a starting 11 of flops of the season. So let's just say sneak peek, okay? He'll
Okay.
definitely be on there. Most likely he'll be on there, unless I find somebody worse, but I don't think I would. We will see. But yeah, what about Southampton and Liverpool?
Oh, this game really doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
This is what I'm saying. Like these, this is just probably going to go with Southampton saying goodbye to the Premier League. They're going to try to put up a good performance. Still not going to be enough to. Well, it depends too. If Liverpool go for their B squad, because again, they have nothing to play for other than pride. Um, I'm still going to go with a Liverpool win and 2-1. I'll expect James Ward-Prowse on the score sheet. Let's just give them a pretty free kick to say goodbye with.
Okay. I was on Hannah's channel earlier, and I did predict, which I still stand by, 1-0 to Southampton, man.
It is possible.
Southampton. Yeah, I just have a feeling it's gonna be like a last hurrah, hooray, just thank you for the time here at the Premier League. Now we're going down. If we're going down, Liverpool, we're taking you down with us. Not obviously literally, but more so like, we're gonna make you feel down as well on the final day of the season so that you can hold the loss. So 1
That's
0.
that's right, Liverpool. The Saints are gonna drag you down to hell. I love the irony.
Yeah, I see it now. It would make more sense if it was us, because of, with the Devils. But for them, yeah, hey, figuratively speaking. But yeah,
Mm.
what about Leicester and West Ham?
Ooh, the make or break game for Leicester. I think I mean they're not going to accept their fate, but I mean, like I said, Everton just need 1 point, and likely that Leicester not going to be able to goal difference. But Leicester at the King's Power, they're going to go all out, while West Ham might be focusing on Europa Conference Final versus Fiorentina, I believe, and
Yes.
with that also I think in the same a week away after the game, so I would expect their
And
beeline
it
to
will
show
actually
up.
be technically it would be a week and a half because it's going to be on a Wednesday, the 7th. It's a bit weird because
That's just
Europa League.
disrespectful.
I know, yeah, 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 because Europa League is next week, next
Hmm.
Wednesday, and then the week after that, the 7th, that's when it's going to be the Conference League. So
You're right.
technically, even if they do play, a better squad, they will still be able to rest, have a long time to be able to rest and whatnot. But I don't think they're going to they're still safe. But
There's nothing to gain.
there's nothing to really gain. It's not like it's okay. It's a spot in the you know top four and whatnot, or it's a relegation battle. They're safe at the end of the day and whatnot. So they probably wouldn't risk it. But I do think, in my opinion, I feel like West Ham probably would win it. So I'm gonna say I
Hmm.
can't remember what I said in the Hano show, but I'll just say 2-0 for me. What about you?
I said 2-0 Leicester. It still won't be enough for them though. I mean, like I said, they're gonna throw the whole kitchen sink, everything, including the kitchen sink, to win. Like I said, West Ham, they do have the better talent, but I don't think there's really incentive to go full strength, go all out, risk injury. Either way, a week and a half still, not enough time. I mean, look, I mean, Anthony. I'll just keep bringing up Anthony, just as like, see what happens. See what
See what
happens.
happens.
You
See
f
what
around and you
happens.
found out, and yeah. I mean, look, I mean, but it's. you play to win. I get that, and I just think they have quote unquote bigger fish to fry. So
Legit bigger fish to fry, actually.
that's true.
Real talk. Okay, yeah, I see that. What about Chelsea and Newcastle? Your team. Yeah, take your time.
Lampard, since
So
coming in
afraid.
charge, has managed. This will be what his ninth game.
I think so.
Only managed to get 4 points so far. Can't
Oof.
even, like I said, 4 points. Still trying to do this. Um, and that's not going to change. That's not going to change
No.
versus Newcastle, like with their contending for manager of the year. Really, how uh, we're gonna just as much as we want to win in front of the fans to go off on a high note. Can you really expect that from this team? I was surprised to even expect a goal from Joao Felix the other day, and
That's because we just decided to just sleep. I'm like,
that's what I'm
why can't we
saying.
have a clean sheet, you idiots? The
Because the
hell?
Hail's a fraud. That's why.
That was not that. That was actually our defenders just sleeping or in midfield. I think it was. I don't know what it was. I didn't even look at it back, but it was just mad. I was like, what the hell?
It was
Why is your
charity.
the hell is this? We're just giving out charity goals now? Is that what we're doing? Apparently. But
But
hey,
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a team like a well-oiled machine team versus 11 individuals, and it's gonna be no cohesion. Lampard is gonna start Conor Gallagher again. I will guarantee you that. And
ow, wow.
yeah, Conor Gallagher. I mean, the fact that Newcastle want him or is rumored to be with him is really crazy. But and Everton, hopefully they still want him. We would turn down their offer when they wanted to get him in back
Yeah,
in
yeah,
January.
yeah.
Um, I think it's gonna be a 3-1 blowout. I think somehow we're gonna get like a consolation goal.
Yep.
Um, yeah, this is gonna be a horrible farewell, but a well
Yeah.
reflected one for Lampard.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I mean, you had the, honor of guard, the guard of honor, for Man City and whatnot. That definitely has to be like, okay, this should be an eye opener that we need to sort our shit together next season because this is not it. This is not good enough. But
how do you feel about those guard of honors? Like I know it's a tradition, but do you like that? When you're having a
it was,
season like that, is it really like don't kick a horse when it's down or dead?
yeah, it was funny when we did it to the last time we won the Prem when we did it to Arsenal and RVP received it. That was funny. Yeah,
That has to
I love
that
that.
was oh
That was nice. I don't
is that
mind it if it, if it when it's you, you don't mind it. But if you're on the other end of it, it's not fun.
I can get it's respect. It's competition. Is you even UFC MMA fighters they hug it out at the end. Um, but man, it's just like man, come on, just can we just play? You guys can do this at the end of the season. Just can we
Can we
don't do
just
this to us?
can we just get it over? Like, yeah,
Is it over? It's not over yet. But
it's not over yet.
uh, but yeah. So what do you think? I mean, I know
Okay.
how you're gonna predict, but how do you see this game going down?
Yeah, you're gonna get slapped. Slapped. So 5-0 is what I'm saying. 5-0. I ain't gonna lie because Newcastle, they're not playing games. They're not playing games.
and
Yeah.
and they got nothing to gain other than competing for just to finish in third. But
Yeah, but they would love to do it in a good. They would just be like, let's just have a nice little. We won. I mean, not we won, but we're back in the Champions League again.
20 years
Let's let's
later,
let's just showcase that we're not playing games. We here, you know. That's what I think. But I don't know. I just with Chelsea, somebody said it earlier today as well. Like, it's the final third often. They be creating a lot of chances, but they can't score to save their life. It's insane. You guys need a real prolific actual number nine up top. Would you want Oshiman?
yes, but not for the price. That
Fair,
we
fair.
have other issues we have to address, and
Mm,
first and foremost is the DM. role.
Yeah.
Uh, Caicedo, again, that's everyone's top list, but we seriously need him. If not, Arsenal probably need him just as bad. Just because if we get Caicedo, we ideally get a right back, a solid right back out of it too. Just because if you see him when he goes into, I mean, anyone in that Brighton team is just disgusting, and they can play multiple positions. But yeah, if we can have a right back, while if James needs time to recover, if he gets a surgery that he desperately needs, then we can have so Malo Gusto um, develop more. And yeah, we can say goodbye to. I mean, we're gonna say goodbye to Ashby anyway. So
Yeah.
thank you, Captain. But it's it
Adios,
feels.
senor.
Yeah, I wish you would have let them more grace. This feels more like an old Yeller type of ending, and this is terrible.
Hey,
But
I see it. But speaking of Brighton, Villa versus Brighton.
oof. Well, one team is already qualified for European competition, and one is trying to solidify it. Um, this is going to be a really good game.
I think so too.
So it was crazy that I was thinking, could Brian have finished higher? And yes, but not because of Potter. If De Zerbi came in, because Potter only lost one game with him, which surprisingly enough was, I think, Fulham. And they just got robbed 6 points, which they could have probably been competing for top four.
Yes.
Spurs was the robbery. I still call that Spurs team Ocean's 11 because that was the heist of the century. And then,
I back you on that. Yeah.
and who would have saw the Everton scoreline come in? That's
Yes. Oh God. Especially, you know what was so annoying because they beat us 1-0 with that late penalty and whatnot, right?
mhm.
Alexis McAllister who scored that, and then so we couldn't get it over the line, even though we had a large chance and whatnot. And then suddenly, after that, we do see Everton beating them up. Was it 5-1 and whatnot? I didn't even watch the game, but I heard about it, right? I was
5-1,
like,
5-2.
something like that. Something, and I'm like, why can't we do that? Why? You know? That was. It's been some weird type of results like that this season from
And
a
I
lot
think
of
it was
teams. Actually, it's just
and it was at the Amex too, at Bryant
yes.
Stadium. I was like, "What
It's like, what the
happened?
hell?
Why
They
did you?"
they slept. They were like, yo, we Gucci, but we forgot. No, 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 we're not.
Um,
Yeah,
that's the beauty of the game. And
yeah.
you know what? But since Brian don't have anything to gain from this, and now Deserby wants to win as well. Shout out to him too for having a hell of a season with this great team. I'm gonna predict Villa at Villa Park to win 3-1.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm thinking? 2-2.
Could be 2-2. Would that be
2.
enough for them to get the UECL?
I think it also would depend on Spurs, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, this will put them two. If
Yes,
they
right.
were to draw, that puts them 2 points clear. So if Spurs beat Leeds, then that goes that last European spot goes to Spurs, which I think they're really trying to avoid anyways. So who wants to play in
Yeah.
UECL?
Yeah, no, I, you know what? Rather have Villa doing it. That would be incredible from going from 17th under Gerrard while when he got sacked, and then Unai Emery's incredible job. And also Unai Emery underrated when it comes to cup European competition. Europa League, we lost to him
Oh,
with Villarreal and whatnot. So it would be quite interesting to see like what can he do with the Villa in the Conference League. That
I
could be
mean,
interesting.
that's just a great side. That's a really really underrated squad. I mean, you
Yeah.
have World Cup winner Emmy Martinez playing in Aston Villa is just ridiculous. That like this guy should be playing for like a Real Madrid, for like any big name, like big name team. But Matty Cash, great season. Jacob Ramsey, that man needs to change his first name to Gordon the way this man cooks. And Unai,
Ollie Watkins as well, been scoring lots of goals, at least since
Ollie.
post World Cup. That's been very good.
Yeah, I mean, 9 games unbeaten. Since I think it was February 18th when they had their loss, and I think it was to either Spurs or to you guys.
It was actually us, yeah, at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then so I mean they have a good squad, and
Yeah, they do.
it's just Gerard again, great player, but not just because you're a great player it doesn't mean you can manage for. And congratulations on the Celtic. I think it was Celtic that he managed to win undefeated. If not, it was Rangers.
I think it was It was Rangers.
Rangers.
Rangers. Yeah.
It's one of this, and I can't get those two mixed up, but
Okay. Fair.
it's it's a different, it's a whole different type of gravy when it's at the Premier League, and
Yes.
so yeah, Unai is gonna have a good, if he can keep this 11 together. Which, if anything, if anyone were to leave first, I would probably say Emmy. And this is where I would say that even United should be trying to go for Emmy Martinez once the season's over,
Hmm.
just because De Gea might have to say goodbye. And I know that's your boy, and you don't want to say, you don't want to do that.
Oh, no, I mean, we're definitely going to most likely be having, I don't know, maybe like a second goalkeeper who come in and then De Gea would be on the bench. I don't know. That might be more of the case, but um, goalkeeper is a priority, but it's not necessarily the main priority. That's the case. But at some
Yeah,
point, it would need to be addressed. But we
but
just need to figure out with the money, you know?
exactly. Once the ownership comes in,
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, I know the main thing you guys, I think, all agree to focus on is your midfield, a right back, and someone to help in center back, because Lindelof and Maguire's already gonna be out. So
Yeah,
how
yeah,
this guy makes the England national squad is beyond me. But then
same.
again, this is the same manager that selected Conor Gallagher. How,
Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe they just need a water boy.
And
It's like,
Calvin
let's just
Phillips as
do
well. Even though the thing though with Maguire,
Callum
he
Phillips.
does often show up for England though. That's the
He
thing.
does.
But it's, the system, it does suit him a lot more. So it is with that as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's just kind of, it's a shame, because it's more of it's just Southgate's player instead of who's been showing up as a center
Yeah,
back for in all of
exactly.
England. But that what other spots do you think United need to address? I know striker's been one too. The way you guys, like I said,
Um,
Kane or Osimhen.
yeah, let's say if we would go for Kane because like Martial
Hard
will probably
again.
be going, I would want to get two strikers if we're going to be honest. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Yeah, basically what Bart says, not necessarily two center backs. I wouldn't say that, but I would say two strikers, two different type of midfielders. So like I need coverage type of um, backup for Casemiro. So like a DM, and then definitely a cam would be nice, and then a goalkeeper. Right back potentially. If Wan-Bissaka does leave, then a right back would need to happen. But yeah. But I did read earlier today that Ten Hag is thinking like I would at least want three players that go directly into the squad. Like that, three starters at least. So a striker, a centre back, and a midfielder is what he is wanting. At least.
Yeah. And that's just where, you can get the likes of, if you were to guys get a Kane RVP 2.0. Dumfries, I think, was a name that you guys have been really wanting. Dutch
We've been linked with
affiliate
Dumfries and then I think it's Jeremy Frimpong or Jamie. I always
Frimpong.
Frimpong.
Was Timber still a name that you guys are associated with?
Sometimes here and there, but I also feel like I've heard he's been linked with Liverpool as well. So,
That'd be
I
interesting.
don't know.
Um, and for center mids, who would you like to have? Like, is there any names that are coming up other than Mounts?
I mean, before the heavy links to Liverpool, he was Alexis McAllister, but then I've heard like Rabiot on a free.
Rabiot's another name, yeah. Be
I
interesting.
don't know. Yeah. So it's a little bit like here. It's been, but especially the last week, it's been, I don't know, because of in regards to what's happening behind the scenes with the ownership, but it's been lots of players that we've been linked to, lots of different type of players. Neymar we've been linked with. I was like,
Oh
okay,
God,
this sounds to me is the Qataris coming, is the Qataris calling, is that what we're doing?
would you really want him though?
No, for me, I feel like we're going backwards if we get him. Even though it would potentially be a loan, I still wouldn't be. I don't know. I like Neymar, but I just feel like I
You
think
like
he
the
made him.
idea of Neymar more.
Yeah, maybe more so. But I don't know. I feel like Neymar messed up when he left Barcelona. I
He
think he should
really
have gone.
did.
I think generational talent. Why did you go to PSG? And right, I get that, but like he didn't want to be in Messi's shadow and whatnot is what I heard, right? But here we are. You're now in, you know. Mbappe is ahead of you. Messi is now back
These
in the
channels.
equation. Like what? Come on now.
Oh man, and this it's the ego, man. It's
Yeah,
when you, especially when it comes to forwards, it's like comes with the territory.
it
But
does.
um, yeah, I
It's,
think his time is done.
yeah. It's
You
just
don't
too
want to deal
late
with the
now,
ego.
injury prone as well.
Oh, and in the
But
Premier League, can you imagine his?
if this was
Ooh,
several years ago and we weren't in the mess that we were at that time and we were maybe a bit more stable, I would say I would entertain it a lot more. Now I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see it though. We'll see because I think Ten Hag was asked about it. He said, "When we have news, we will let you know." So he didn't decline it. And I'm like, what? Why are we? Is that what we're doing, Ten Hag? Is that what we're doing? But hey, if it ends up being the case, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll work out. But yeah, moving on to not that this one really matters. Like this one, if it's a game that really doesn't matter, it's the Brentford Man City one. This one is just what is it? Brentford is safe. They good. Ivan Tony, bless his heart, he's suspended for 8 months. Did you hear about that? You know
betting on
this,
himself, betting on his team.
and that he has a gambling addiction.
I don't. You know what? I'm not gonna be the one to say that I think he doesn't have a gambling addiction, but I don't think he has a gambling addiction. Like,
I don't want to say it, but I don't think it. But
yeah,
I
it's
I saw him tweet it out like there will be, I I will be able to speak my truth. So I don't know what he said, but he said like there will be. He's gonna speak on it at some point, like actually speak on it. So we'll see. But betting the stuff like what was it? Betting to lose in 13 games or something here and there. Yeah,
I will
that
say
stuff is
this.
not good, brother.
Um, you know what? This, it's not a coincidence. You see a lot of when a lot of men, or especially married men, cheat. They claim that they're undiagnosed sex addicts. So because they got caught.
Yeah,
So,
that's a
and
good
I think
analogy.
that was a big thing that happened back in like the late like 2000s, early 2010s when celebrities would
Maybe.
get caught. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it just sounds like a kid when they do something not supposed to, and they're like, uh, nah, actually, I'll just leave that alone. It's just like oh, but I just couldn't fight temptation. The devil made me do it, like it
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're
And
saying.
it's just like really, don't you
Not
think that
really
you
maybe
probably
necessarily
would have?
taking accountability in that moment potentially,
But now
you
he's
know?
painting himself as a victim. That's what takes away,
Yes.
especially nowadays. As soon as you say something like that, it's okay. Well, then it's out of your control. You're not
Yeah.
going to be held accountable. Let's help you. But I mean, what, it was supposed to be originally 15-month ban, now reduced down to 8. Um,
So would that mean because the gambling addiction story is not coming up, is that why we're reducing it to 8 months?
mhm.
You know? That's I don't know. Regardless, do you think that there's a way back for him? Will a lot of top teams still be in for him once January because it will be when he's back. That will be around in the January window when once that opens and whatnot. So,
um,
or would that ship sailed at that point?
it all depends to how in need of a striker a club is, and it would also
It,
say a lot on how you prioritize a healthy locker room environment, or like a well-oiled machine. You want to throw in a little bit that's a bit of lack of a better word, a gamble, and you want to just make sure that you like he look. I'll say this: United, as much as they need a striker, I don't think Tony is even in the thought of Ten Hag.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If this was something else, if this was minor, I'll be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. This though, I'm like, this is quite off-putting to me. I no, let's
Because
not
then,
do that.
when are you going to expect when he gets caught again and he cries out relapse?
Very good point there, JPT. Extremely good point.
I mean, but like I said, if he is really like diagnosed, doctor, and all right, then of course, and he has an issue and he has to address. But
Yes.
no club should really take this risk unless you're just saying screw it. And the reason why I'm saying that, because Bowley is going to be the one to make an offer for this guy, and I'm going to be really upset when he offers him a fat contract that he's just going to gamble away on DraftKings and it's gonna be.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oof.
but we'll
Ay, yeah,
see.
yeah,
We'll
yeah. We
see.
will see. We will see. It'll be interesting. But as of now, he ain't gonna be playing for a while. So no football activities for you, my friend. But this fixture for me is probably gonna be. I mean, City will, City will be City. They'll have another game to rest. Couldn't Arsenal try to do a little bit more with the title race? Could they make sure that City had to bring the heavy hitters on the final day? Could you try to make it a bit interesting in the title race at the end? Freaking hell, man. Oh,
Mm-mm.
regardless, 2-1, Man City is what I'm thinking. What about you?
You know what? I was looking at the table and seeing if they technically still have a chance if Villa failed to get a win and just
Yeah,
manage to
who
draw
was that?
versus I think was it Spurs? No, who is Villa playing again?
Villa?
Yeah, Villa's. Oh, Brighton, Brighton.
Brighton, Brighton.
Let me see here. If they were to win, they would they'll be at 59, puts them at what is it, seventh place. If Villa were to either lose or draw, they would be even on points, goal difference. They would beat them, but they also have to hope that Spurs also lose to Leeds. So they're probably going to look
Mm,
for. They're probably going to still have that hope. I'm
yeah,
predicting though, even with City's B squad, even if they're still looking to play for Champions League and FA Cup and resting their players, this might just come down to a draw. I'm seeing a 1-1.
you know what? Yeah. I mean, I was saying 2-1. I still would say 2-1 to be honest, but you never know. Hmm, it could potentially be it could be a draw. No, I'm gonna say 2-1. I'm gonna say 2-1. I think I'm gonna
Don't
say
let me
2-1.
influence you. It's all right.
What about Palace and Nottingham Forest? I mean, both teams safe.
Yeah,
Both teams safe.
I'm just
What are
gonna
you
say
thinking?
1-1. I have nothing. I have no notes on this game. I have nothing to say. Just said they have nothing to play for. It's just
I think I
maybe
might
who
say the
was it?
same.
Forest can finish one place higher. Yeah, that's it.
Could Palace go past you guys?
I think they're already gonna be above it. I think they already are above us.
Oh, they
If
are
not,
maybe.
yeah, they are. There's and by 1 point. And first of all, I think either way they're gonna go. Like Chelsea's not gonna beat Newcastle, and
No, they're not.
yeah. So it's. I just think if Roy Hodgson this is his last game before they find if he's just a caretaker, then I think why not leave on a positive note from Selhurst, and thank you for taking the reins since Vieira.
Oh, I mean, Uncle Roy, he's showed up. Uncle Roy has been cooking. Why do I call him Uncle? Grandpa Roy has been cooking.
Grandpa, great Grandpa
Gra-
Roy. This man is
Great Grandpa Roy has been cooking. They've been doing it. I mean, Eze got his, call up to the England squad. Big up to him.
well
Congrats.
deserved.
Well deserved, 100%. Oh, hopefully he will actually be able to play and whatnot. Like because sometimes Sal could be like, I'm gonna have you on the bench, but I'm not gonna really let you play because I want to do watch alongs for those games as well, just to kind of check out.
I
Why
mean,
not?
why not? I
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
it's content.
It's content. Why not? So I will say probably 1-1, 1-1,
See, it's just
one,
like this game is meaningless.
1-1.
It's man, yeah. Uh oh. Oh well, it's yeah, it's and wow, and it's true. It's a shame that the Premier League season is gonna have to end like this. It's just on a low, but no one to blame other than Arsenal, unless you want to blame Liverpool for the. Like I said, what was the thing for you? What happened with Arsenal's downfall? Was it the youth? Was it Edu not strengthening the squad as well as he needed? Because all their options that they bought since January were their Plan B options. Like,
Ooh, yeah.
um, and or just Arteta's just not the guy. Because some of the substitutions as of late were questionable.
Yeah, some of the in-game management has been a bit sus for sure. I also would say I think it's been a bit naive in terms of, when it came to, they've played City 3 times this season. The first one was the FA Cup, right?
Hmm.
And then when he tried to, you know, have Arsenal play, toe to toe with Man City, that's not going to work. I'm sorry, the football that you want to be able to play, you cannot do that against Man City. You're not there yet. So sometimes you just got to remove your principles and be like, you know what? I have to adapt. The best coaches, best managers do adapt.
Hmm.
So that's what I feel like he was naive, and for me to make it seem like he's just not necessarily it. I still wouldn't necessarily say that he should be sacked or whatnot this season. Given next season, but you need to win it. You have to go and win. You
Hmm.
must now go and win it. If you don't, conversations that need to be had. Your job is at risk. But I do think, like you said, especially when they should have strengthened. They had an opportunity in January. They were at the top in January. They would have gotten some more players in. I think maybe the title would have been theirs
It
potentially.
was there. It was there.
They had it.
I would
They
say
had.
though, it
Yep.
if he was, I mean, it was just most likely he's going to stay for one, at least one more season. But that season's just going to define. It's going to say more about this season than what it is going to say when he the performance of that current season in the future.
Hmm.
That if this was just a one-time fluke or it was just the limit. And but when you have City and Pep, it's almost all likely it's going to be their league too. Like it's had it not been them, or if it had Pep not been in the league, it's might have seen a new winner. But it's going to be like a Bayern type of dominance type of thing. But yeah, if he can't win it or even finish as strong as he did as second, and that's second with winning a competition, win
Yes.
FA or Carabao. Um,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
even then, it might not be enough
It
for
might
some
not be
fans.
enough, but yeah, and also like go, not necessarily, get knocked out early and whatnot in the Champions League as well. Like you got to do something. You know, it can't just be okay. We're gonna come up fell off short again next
Mhm.
season. That can't be the case. You have to progress. Okay, you were eighth and whatnot 2 seasons in a row, I believe. Then you fell short again when it came to the top four race last season. So you got fifth, and now suddenly you found yourself to be in a freaking title race. You went there, but then you messed up at the end. So you got to fix that mentality as well. That is something that needs to that's for them that needs to be addressed for next season as well. What can we do when the business end of the season gets tough? What can we do to still have the hope, still stay on? If that makes sense. So they got to work on that. They
Yeah,
want to be there, and they got to spend money for it as well. If you want to be a big club, act like a big club. You know, but spend it wisely though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because just look at my club when you don't spend it wisely. And for me, I mean, it's just that I don't know what happened, but they were approaching one game at a time. They left all their competitions, and once they took that stumble from Liverpool, being up 2-0, which would have been a miracle because I still can't believe that the only teams that beat Liverpool, at least I think Liverpool at home, was Madrid and Leeds.
Yes.
How the hell is that? Who would have thought Leeds would have been in the same conversation
It's the
in
white
six
it's
minutes
the
as
white kit,
Madrid?
I
So
think it might have been the white
rip it off. It's like magic.
Yeah, Hala Madrid,
Oh god! But even then, look what City
That's
can
mad.
do to them.
Oh,
But
freaking hell. Yeah, that's true.
man, it's just they because before if it wasn't for Liverpool happening, like everything that happened at Liverpool, they would have. I think they would have had a different mentality and would have been confident going into West Ham, relegation bounds, or almost for certain relegation bound at this point. Southampton, of course, they were going to beat us. That was never going to be a doubt. But the fact that they beat Newcastle, like, okay, maybe they are fully bounced back. Nope, nope. Because look, they who they lose to Brighton, who were flying high at the time. No pun intended. They were flying really high. With Deserby, well, right for so I'm not surprised about that scoreline. But at least there. I don't think they had put up any type of fight in that one. And then with
Yes, he did.
Forest, where they just accepted their fate because they knew the league at that point was out of
Now,
their hands.
that's when you're just like,
Oh,
yo, did you see, you know, there were clips of lots, like hundreds of, maybe even thousands, I don't know, of Arsenal fans leaving the stadium. I think it might have been after the third. Yeah, it was mad. It was mad. I was like,
yeah.
yo,
Mhm.
nah, 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 nah. Y'all are bottling it even for your own team. Like, no, I'm sorry. No, no, no. If I spent money, you're going to hear me be annoyed and I'm going to be there. You know, I will be there more than you can believe. I will be there.
Like if I had bought a ticket for the game at Old Trafford, Chelsea, I would have been pissed. But I was like, bro, I just spent I spent a whole arm and a leg.
Yes,
I'm gonna wait till the whistle.
yes,
I'll probably piss on the somewhere on the bathroom floor, but just as a like
yeah.
like take
Just
that.
to be like, well, here's a
Sweet
souvenir,
petty.
for you guys. Then we go.
But I mean, but yeah, that's the thing. You have to. They gave you the best season in almost 20 years because if I say 20 years, I'm like, well, no, that was the invincible year time frame. Just take it as 20. Um, it's still a big improvement of what we've seen of late. It shows promise, but yeah, mentality that only comes with experience and age, and they definitely need to strengthen up. So Edu needs to do his job. Um, get the players that they really want, and they need to whatever they're going to throw out at Mudryk, do it for Caicedo. What I'm trying to think of other spots they need to address. They need to find another left back to help out, or not even a left. I mean, they just need to find a left back because Zinchenko's a midfielder at the end of the day, and Tierney's going to be
Yes,
leaving.
yes.
A proper backup to Saliba and Gabriel
Yep.
because Kiwar, look, promising, but promising is
But
not going to win
not
you the
it.
title.
Yeah. And
And
also, we gotta
yeah,
take
who
the
else?
L on Fabio Vieira. He's not good enough. He's not good enough.
It's not even Vieira. You have why did Vieira come on instead of Smith Rowe? I mean, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but
You
I'm
know
looked at that game
what?
and was like, what are you doing?
I have no idea what's been happening with Smith Rowe. Like he looked so promising last season. I don't know what he.
He
I know
fell
he's
off
gotten
with
taller. He's
Arteta.
had grown. What was it like growing pains and whatnot? I don't know what it is. Like I get it, but it's weird. So I don't know. Will he maybe be leaving?
I
Will
think
he
he's
still
already
be in?
rumored.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Would you take him if for someone his age could? Well, I mean, it's just that he fell out of favor with
For
Arteta.
the right price, we might talk. For the right price, potentially. Wouldn't mind.
I would I would take him over Mount right now
I
and for
wouldn't
the right
mind.
price too. I mean,
I'm telling you, yeah.
but I
There
don't
was
want
a
no more
player there
youngsters.
last season. There was a player there, man. There was a player there. So we'll see. But also, they do need a. I think they do need another striker as well. Like I do rate Jesus, but he doesn't score enough goals as well. And he's not the most prolific goal scorer.
Was it
Does have
10
luck.
goals? 10 goals this season?
Yeah, I think like the numbers is kind of almost like similar to a Martial, and Martial has been gone for a
Oh
long time,
God.
even more than you know Gabriel Jesus, even though Jesus was gone for a few months and whatnot, post World Cup, but still, yeah, they need another striker. They do.
But it was even mentioned like that was their weakness. Their 11 is strong, but after that, it's like look at the downgrade from Jesus to Eddie. Look at the downgrade from Saka to Nelson. Which, barring his injuries, there's a baller there. Martinelli, I don't know if he had a backup before Trossard came in. Uh, if so, I have no idea. Unless it was
I cannot
Marquinhos.
even. Oh, maybe, yeah, but if somebody mentioned him, like I think yesterday, I just was watching a stream and I was like, I completely forgot about him. Where the hell is he?
The only reason
Where?
why I remember him is because he's not the real Marquinhos, and that's the
Oh
only reason.
yeah, yeah.
It's like
He's
Vieira's not the
not the
real
real one.
Vieira.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He's like the bootleg one. Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
the one you
Bootleg
find
version.
like at the swap meet, and it's just behind a two for $1 sort of thing.
Exactly.
But Jorginho, could they find a better DM? You know, I mean, he was looking good, but let's say this. I mean, since they bought him, they kind of went downhill too.
Yeah,
Um, I'm trying to think of who else. Yeah, I think other than that, that's it. They have a good backup goalkeeper with Matt Turner.
yeah,
Uh, Tommy Asu is just injured, but that's the thing. Once he comes back in, I think he can go and be a backup uh, or rotate with Zinchenko, and
yeah.
then Caicedo can rotate with whoever or with Ben White. But Ben White too, just stop working on that tan and just stop working on
Yeah,
your
he's doing
pace.
he's doing too much, brother. Skincare there is a real thing, brother.
I think he's darker than both of us now. That's the thing. This
You know
this
what?
man.
Yes, this is not my summer tan yet. This is like still from winter, you know. So yes, he might be. He might be.
I, man looks borderline Puerto Rican. Like this man is.
Like
I don't. I saw him. I was like, who the hell is this? Ben,
like
not so white. I mean, that's what I've just been calling
Ben,
him.
not so white. Oh,
It's.
that's funny. Like,
I
can we
mean,
double check? Maybe Ben, we might need to do a ancestry.com type of, not sponsored by the way, but we might need to do, you know, ancestry type of, I don't know, one, what was it, 23 and me,
yep,
all
yep.
those DNA tests. You might need to check out, see what your heritage is, brother, because I don't know.
I'm guessing 5% English, like European, 95% toner. That's my guess.
Yeah.
It's and I mean I'll say this, during the Brighton game, he did get a little darker. I mean, Matoma did cook him a little on the well done side. It's I
Yes.
mean he's the masters of dribbling. Degree to prove it. But you
Yeah.
know what? Let Potter show you that degrees don't mean shit all the time.
Yeah, but you know who actually read his thesis and defended it? Wan-Bissaka.
Shut up, really?
No, no, no.
I was like, what? I was like, wait, did he really?
No, no, no,
I
no.
was like, what
I'm
the
just.
hell is common life does he have?
Wouldn't that be hilarious? No, I'm saying
Oh
more so
god.
in terms of the fact that
Yeah, he's
they
got
met
him.
each other a few times
Yeah.
this season, and Wan-Bissaka's actually been pretty.
He's
He
got
showed
that
up.
scoop. He's the master of the scoop,
Yes.
though. That's the
When it
thing.
comes to like real talk, when it comes to 1v1 defending, I don't think there's nobody else that can do it like Wan-Bissaka. Just
Mm-mm.
1v1 defending,
Mm-mm.
literally the art of that alone. No, 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 no.
I forgot who it was that they gave an interview. It's like he looked over his shoulder because he had the. It was just him and the goalkeeper, but he saw who was just nipping at him, and he looked over. He said, "Oh, damn it, it's Bisaka," and it's because he knew what was going to happen. And I can't remember who the striker was, but
Ooh,
I mean, I mean, whether or not United keep him, which I think they should. Um,
now, like I remember when I did a stream like in January, like type of start, stop, sell, and I was thinking, now we should probably sell him and whatnot. Now I'm thinking, you know what? In certain games, he's proven that certain games you would need somebody that has attributes in the likes of Wan-Bissaka. So I wouldn't mind keeping him. I wouldn't, but we'll see. If
it's
the
going to be
thing is
interesting.
though, if the right offer comes, they would probably sell though. That's the thing. So it would be like some type of money we would get, but I don't know. I
I
would I
wouldn't
wouldn't mind keeping him.
I wouldn't mind doing a Mount
Oh
Wan-Bissaka swap.
no, no. Imagine if that actually happens. Oh my god, I'm gonna remember you said that if that's gonna happen. That would be insane.
Oh, it's like just take off my mask. It's like it's Fabrizio.
Like,
um,
yep,
mm, Fabrizio, here we go.
here we
Uh,
go.
oh
He
man,
loves the club. Yeah.
but see, so now that we get our predictions, I think we could address the questions here. I mean, who do you
Wait,
think
did
is
we
getting
did we
relegated?
predict the last one? Everton and Bournemouth? I don't know if we did.
Oh, that is the last one. I thought we covered everything.
Yeah, that's the last one we did.
Ooh,
We can take that quickly
yeah.
because there's also a question that's actually related to that. So Everton, Bournemouth, thoughts? Because I think Everton will stay up. I think they would.
Everton. Ooh, wow. What a
Could they
miss.
do what they did? Remember last season? They stayed up. At last game of the season, everybody ran onto the pitch. They stayed
Hmm.
up. Was that Lampard? It was, wasn't it? Was that Lampard?
I think it was Rogers. No, not Rogers. It was not Lampard. Was
Was
it
it not
Lampard?
Lampard? Am I tripping?
I think so. Wait,
I,
who was?
f-
We
I
have
f-
Google here. I know. I
yeah, we
like
have
to.
Google.
I hate using Google because it takes away from conversation.
Yeah, but
Um,
sometimes it's like nice just to kind of double check.
and I think I know this one because I think they beat Chelsea to stay up when it was a 1-0 with Charleston's goal.
Yeah. I just have a feeling that it was. Nah.
You got to put on that Black Eyed Peas song if it is. Gives. Let me see here.
I'm completely blanking.
Boost Frank. Wait, was it really Frank Lampard? Wow.
Because I don't feel like there was anybody else but Lampard in that. There has to have been.
Yeah,
It was Lampard.
it was Lampard. It says here
Thanks.
Everton's Richarlison. Oh, guys, damn pop-ups. Jesus Christ. All right, fine. You know what? Reject all. Let's see. Richarlison strike boost Frank Lampard's side Premier League survival hopes. So it helped with it, but it wasn't like the one to secure it. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean Sean Dyche is did wonders. What now? That is a good person to take over after the shit job that Frank Lampard did.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And
Yes.
even made a statement too, because I think they pulled the result, if I remember correctly, versus Arsenal, top of the table. If not, if it was a draw. I can't remember if it was a loss or draw, but I
They did
remember
win
they were
against Arsenal.
surprised.
They did.
They did, right? When
They
manager
did.
bounce, yeah,
Yes, they did. They did. It was 1-0,
manager
I believe.
bounce.
Yeah, they did.
I think it was Decor with the goal too. Um,
Potentially.
mm, I don't know. Either way,
They won.
it was they won. Again, Arsenal, what you doing? Um, but I think this is going to be one of the games to watch, just because Everton avoiding the relegation, despite how bleak it looked. We're going to see the crowd rushing in at Goodison to be
Yeah.
a feel good moment. Bournemouth again, a team that just has nothing to play for.
They have nothing to play
Um,
for.
and I'm predicting they're gonna end the season partying it up, celebrating a 2-1 win.
Yep.
So I guess you're saying the same thing.
I think it's going to be 1-0 Everton.
Ooh, can you imagine if it's a late strike, almost McAllister like versus Man United?
Maybe.
Um,
Hey, I think something. Yeah, I feel like that will probably be like the talk of the town, like probably the big news, like Everton stayed up, with the wonderful strike by I was trying to say something. So who?
see, we don't even know who the the Everton
I
striker is.
Iobi.
Alex
Yeah,
Iwobi.
yeah.
I keep thinking that he's at Crystal, and I don't know why I do that. But
Oh,
or is Damari Gray still there?
yeah, I believe he is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, maybe there's another one. Either way, I mean Everton. It just would have been weird to see England's number one down to the championship, and I'm glad they prevented from saying that.
Yeah,
But
because if they
yeah,
do get relegated, they haven't gotten relegated before Everton, so that would be a first. That would
it's
be
all
quite
thanks to you,
insane.
Lampard.
Yeah, and I think aren't they also like building a new stadium for them or something like that, or I don't know. So that would be insane for them to have to play there in the championship with, you know, them guys,
Yeah,
Stoking them, and big up though, but
yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a party. Liverpool. I mean, the Merseyside celebrations.
yeah,
Be interesting to see. Yeah, I think that's the pop the end of the season needs, and I'm really hoping for that. So
yeah,
at least I could watch something that like have
because
a
it would be funny
big
for
meaning.
Liverpool as well, because Liverpool, they would want Everton to obviously get relegated, but then be like, no, they still here, that'd be funny.
Are you serious?
A little,
I just been watching that video like recently. Again, I can't remember who the guy's name. Just asked, "Are you serious? That? Are you serious? I don't do is, abs, or maybes. I only do absolutes."
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a good. That was a good accent. Good. Hey, I can do it.
Um,
But yo, Actually, I don't know
it's
what it is, but I feel like Scouser accent, even though I don't like Liverpool as like as football club, but Scouser accent is kind of endearing. I kind of like it. I don't know why. It's just it sounds nice. I do like the Manchester accent as well. I've heard that Birmingham accent is like the worst in England. Is a lot of people saying.
I have to hear
I
it.
can't I don't see it, but
I can only distinguish Liverpool's accent. That's it. Just because it's just if I was trying to
it's
intimidate
so
Harry Potter, but with a shushing accent, that's
yeah.
and I felt like it does. I mean, I'm sorry, Tammy Redman. Which
Oh
by the way, big up to her too, and not to make fun of the Scouser
no no no
accents.
no no! Come on,
And
hey,
big up to her for I think she hit a milestone in subscribers.
come on
I
now,
think yesterday. So big up.
big up, big
You know,
up.
boss girl things and all that. But
Hey,
um,
let's
your
go.
relegation. I mean
Yes.
Southampton. That's we'll see the Saints maybe try to come up. I think they'll be back next season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Leicester or Leeds and Leicester. Yeah, I think how the bottom three is right now. It's just gonna be staying like this. Everton did just enough, and Forest that win versus Arsenal. Wow. I
That
mean, they knew once. I mean, they looked like they won the title the way
yeah,
they were
that
running
oh,
on the pitch.
that's moments like that. That's just reminds me how much I love the Premier League. I just it's such a good league, man. Like moments like that, you don't get that in many other leagues.
No, I mean, especially when it comes to championship playoff, like
Yes.
like it. Those are the moments you live for. Like if you need to be a for anyone in the states, you need to be a soccer fan. That's when I'll say soccer on these streams because I know it's like blasphemy. But you know what?
Hey
Blame the English. They made that word up, not us.
y'all did.
Um,
Yeah.
it's
You did.
it's the moments like that you just want to be part
Yes.
of. You want to what was there was one game I remember like that team had to win by like 7 and it was just a party. I was like I wanted to buy like a ticket like let me teleport there or something. It was
Ooh.
like a League Two to League One promotion if I
Ooh.
remember. Was it
I'm a bit
Petersburg?
unsure.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I had to see the video again. I just
Yeah.
remember it was madness. I was like when my friend told me about the situation about this team. He keeps up. I told him he can't be like the next Fabrizio Romano. This man comes up like with names like he does like a month prior. Then like oh this is what's happening. I'm like, did you just tell me about this? Didn't he just get like signed to like League Two? And he'd be like, yeah. And there's a guy coming from Serie B. You just keep a lookout for this guy. And I'm like,
What the? You
he's
guys
good.
scouted? Ooh, wow.
He
Okay.
can be. He wanted to be, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go to college and be
Hey,
practical.
but if he ever wants to use his
Come to
knowledge for
Chelsea.
something, at some point, hey, it's never
Bowley
too
can use him.
late.
Bowley can use him.
Because Bowley has been in the spaces. He's been in the Twitter spaces.
Dark spaces for us.
The dark spaces. Oh, but
But
yeah,
that's how I think the season's gonna close out. What a year to remember. What a long title race. What who would have predicted this top four?
this stuff for has been, quite interesting. I mean, with Newcastle, oh, I'm so proud of Newcastle.
Yeah,
That's been really nice to see.
yeah,
Really
the
nice to see.
Geordies.
Yeah, the Geordies. And also I think they have a lovely fan base. I'm not gonna lie, it's beautiful to watch. They have a great fan base, you know? So that those Champions League nights, it's gonna be so dope to follow along to see what can they do. So but you did mention you would say, do you think that Newcastle, if they do some proper spending, could they be title contenders alongside a fellow United, like you said, Man United?
I did say that if this could be a three-way title race, if the Saudi owners properly back Eddie Howe with the players he wants, uh, why not? I mean, this man saved them from relegation. He's now over what is it? Overachieved and secured potentially could get third place. Which wow, what a turnaround! And then not that far off. I mean, St. James Park alone is can't be more dangerous and more hostile than Anfield. I mean, Anfield is that's a
Anfield is
wow.
his own thing, but like St. James's Park, I ain't gonna lie, that's hey, that can be hard. That can be quite intimidating as well, for sure. So yeah, I think that could be like when they're in the Champions League, groups and whatnot. That could be a ground where some of the bigger clubs could be. We're not sure. This is a bit yo. We might see some crazy stuff where no Newcastle suddenly do something crazy against the bigger teams. You never know because you have like the 12th man around you. That is a real thing.
I mean, it's. I mean, I think they have one of the better home records, apart from Liverpool, City, and I want to say if they beat Arsenal in that category, or did they, or United too? Oh, sure, there you go.
Yep.
It's. I mean, it's. I mean that 12 man can make a difference. I mean, you look at those home games as guaranteed wins almost, and sometimes that's what's needed across the line. Um, but yeah, I mean, and let's not pretend like they don't have the finances to do this. And they didn't even. I mean, I don't think they splurged all that much. I mean, relatively
No,
wise.
actually, because almost you would have assumed like, oh, they got rich owners, right? But they've been very smart. They've been extremely smart with how they do their business. So maybe they'll try to go to the next level. Like maybe we could buy players that would be more suitable for this competition and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like Madison has been linked to them. I think that he will definitely elevate.
Oh my goodness.
I would
Yeah,
love to have him at Man United, but here we are. So
I think yeah, if they just strengthened up their midfield a bit, but mostly just go for forwards that don't have a bad injury history. Like ASM has got bad injury history. Wilson supposedly Pulisic is connected with them. I'm like, go ahead, take your
ooh,
risk with his injuries too. But Captain America, wow, there you got that American fan base right there
he's the LeBron of soccer.
on soccer.
That's
I
that's
mean, look at it too.
mad.
LeBron got swept in the Western Finals, so I think that
What?
just
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
so maybe LeBron now, yeah, maybe LeBron is now that he could be that, but uh,
but
LeBron
not
full hairline, LeBron, no.
no,
No, fresh out of
never,
high school, LeBron.
no,
No, I'm taking my talents to South Beach, right, LeBron. No,
no,
going back to I can go on there.
no,
Uh,
not at all.
LeBron at 80, maybe.
Maybe.
You got the knees for it. That's for sure. His knees have been an issue for him. But when it's like I think he had an ACL or MCL tear or injury,
Oof.
and those. I mean, Callum Hudson-Odoi was. I think he was labeled as. I can't believe they labeled as now the English Messi or Neymar because of his dribbling skills at the time when he
Oh
was young
wow.
was
Oh wow.
unbelievable. I'm like, are you sure he's not Brazilian? But injuries that his knees
Yeah.
never recovered.
That's unfortunate when that happens to players. I feel for them. I don't wish injuries upon anybody.
Yeah,
So, oof. Ugh,
it's but that's life, and that's
that is life.
but yeah, it's Newcastle are gonna have such a and especially if they keep Eddie Howe and don't lose into like big names. Which my cousin, who is a Newcastle, first and foremost, a Madrid fan, but
Yeah.
Newcastle's team. I brought us like, how long do you guys really think you guys are gonna keep Eddie Howe? Because I think this guy could be a lifer, like almost tenure like of Wenger or Sir Alex. Not saying he's going to reach that level, but I'm saying the tenure wise, which we don't see quite often unless you're a Pep or a Klopp. I'm trying to think of anyone else who's got long tenure in EPL, which I don't think there is.
I don't think there is.
At least like successful wise, no. But uh, Eddie Howe can reach to that level. Like he's gonna have a
I think he's
statue at
incredible, man.
Newcastle. Mm.
Yeah,
Coming
he's
coming
done it.
from a Bournemouth reject too, right?
Yes, yes, and I think when Bournemouth did get relegated, like he took some time off to learn, travel around, learn off of, different managers, just kind of to challenge himself a bit, and also be, what can I do better? how can I elevate myself as a manager and a coach? And I think sometimes managers do need to do that. You know, like maybe Steven Gerrard needs to do that. Frank Lampard, I don't know. I think Frank Lampard might be past that. He might put your, you know, once you retired as a player, you put your boots,
This is your
on the
boobs.
shelf, boots right on the shelf and whatnot. Now pen or maybe I don't know what did oh, whistle. You put
Yeah,
that on the shelf. Do that
everything.
because manager brother, no, no.
Like I said, I think if anything, just do what Rooney does and just coach in MLS. I think he's doing okay at DC United, but I'm a DC United fan just because that's the closest I consider my home team. I don't think they did good last season, but Wayne Rooney, player, manager, legend. I think now at DC United, but doesn't say much. But Lampard, yeah, I mean, either really take a step back and just really go to a level of competition that's appropriate for you manager wise, or go to punditry. But that's it.
Yeah.
The legacy should be intact as a player.
Oh
Super
yeah, yeah.
Frank is always up. But a lot of people are having trouble separating the two. So, but to those, I'm like, it's not that hard. I get it. Technically, it's on his Chelsea resume. We can just ignore that part. Just throw it aside. Just
Yeah,
the
it's kind of
player.
with
Just the
Ole.
player. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. Like hey, as a manager, it didn't work out, but as a player, you're still gonna be a legend. That's not gonna tarnish your legacy. Come on now, it's two different things. You
Exactly.
know, at least
Just
what I
remember the
think.
Champions League. That's it. Remember the treble.
Yes, we're gonna hold on to that. We need
Oh
to make sure.
man.
But yeah, we've been here for a long. Oh my God, 2 hours. I
2 hours.
did not plan for it to be this long. But poof, big up to JPT. Two quick questions for you before we end this one. Eddie, big up to Eddie's Football Waffle. Been on the channel before. Make sure that you do subscribe to his channel. Says, have you guys speculated how well Chelsea will do next season? I don't trust Todd Bowley.
Um, it's gonna be. You're gonna get a good idea once you see how we move in the transfer window. If we're looking for shiny new toys that are not gonna fix our problems, um, and also if it's going outside of what Poch wants, which I think he's laid out a plan of who he wants to get rid of at least first, but then some players that he kind of wants to keep. There's rumor that he wants to keep Lukaku, which I'm like,
Ooh.
let me.
Let's backtrack. Maybe not.
I mean, but like I said, I'm always a firm believer. It's like if the manager knows what he's doing, let him get what he wants. And
Mm,
if this is part of his plan, I'm not questioning it. I might not like it, but let's let him have his time.
yeah, that's what I feel as well. Yeah, I agree with you.
And I mean, it's just like everyone's playing manager. I'm like, I get it. We want our favorite players. We want our favorite targets. But I mean, if whatever works for Poch, it's going to help Chelsea. But yeah, I would say uh, we gotta really let Poch take the reins for developing these young squad. Get rid of the players that don't want to. So to just name some names off the top, Alba's gone, Ziyech is gone, Pulisic is gone, Mount's gone, Connor's gone, RLC's gone. I think I named Ziyech already. Callum Hudson-Odoi's gone. Kova, hopefully part of a swap deal for
Hmm.
Onana at Inter. I don't want him to go to City, which I don't even know why Pep wants him, but
Has he
Pep
been linked to City? I haven't heard
rumors,
that.
rumors.
Oh,
I don't. I think it's just Pep's like, oh yeah, it's a player I would love to have him like on my team,
oh
but
yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't. I
yeah.
would love to. Just mean I'm going for you, but
I get that.
I mean, why not have that Croatian connection with I think it's Brozovic at Inter. I mean,
Inter.
Inter's your team, so. Would you want? And actually, I can ask you this question too. Would you want to have Kovacic on Inter?
Ooh, Kovacic for Inter.
If it costs you Onana.
Oh no, but I really like Onana. I actually think Onana's been really good. No, I
It's
wouldn't. Kovacic for Man United, though. We can talk.
That would be interesting. Would he
We
fit
can
under Ten
talk.
Hag's system? I mean, Casemiro along with
I
Kovacic
rather
and
have Kovacic ahead of Mount, man.
oh yeah,
Kovacic?
I mean, I the only thing I would say for you is just his injuries coming out a little bit of. I mean, but then again, we overplay him too much. I think
Yeah, but I think if you manage that in the best way, he could be an asset. He could work.
absolutely.
He could work.
There you
Maybe.
go. There you go. And then
And
we just got to work out a deal for him then. And
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah, we'll sort that out. We'll sort that out.
of course Ashby needs to go. Both goalkeepers need to go. Um, I would love to
Oof.
get either Kukurea or Koulibaly gone. At this point, I think it would be more realistic to get rid of Koulibaly since Levi Colwill is coming back. I don't know if he's ready, but I also think he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea, which is concerning. Because his window was last season, and then we had to loan him back out, and I think that's left a bad taste in his mouth. Zicario's gone. Who else is going to be going? Joao Felix is, unless we sign him on a permanent, which I think is going to happen. Am I free? Oh, Kai needs to go. Uh, man, almost
I
all.
gotta go for sure.
I think it
I
would have been
gotta
easier just
go.
to say I'd rather just keep James, Chilwell, Silva, Enzo, and keep Noni because we need wingers and Mudryk. Man, do I we have to keep him, and it's not an issue. We just loan him out. 18, 19 years old. He,
Mm,
first he has a lot of maturity to do. I mean, I still can't believe he recorded that at the gym.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gotta grow
it's
up, man.
he's
I'm
got to
sorry.
grow up,
You gotta
and
grow up.
it just I oh my I nearly punched a hole in my wall once I saw him announced as a starter after doing shit like that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
there we
That's
go,
kind of like what type of like what type of example we're setting here. You know,
circus.
it's yeah. That's not it.
And hopefully Broja comes back ready to go. That's one player that I wish, and I played in the World Cup club friendlies that were happening at the time. I don't know why that was a thing. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of players that I would like to keep more so that
Hmm.
either way, if we have I think 150 million, we have to fix um, on the books to be out of debt. So
Okay.
either way, but you know what, negotiating is against us because clubs know that we are in more need of money
Yep.
and more need of getting rid of these players than you guys need them on your team. The only thing we can
Yeah.
hope is for bidding wars. So the more
Yep.
rumors are coming out, I'm happy because that just means more likeliness for this bidding war to continue.
Exactly. That is
But
a good point. That's
yeah,
a very good point. There was another one here. How many preseason games do you Chelsea have? Because I
uh,
think we have six, I
we
believe.
have we have two right now. I think one is between Dortmund and Benfica, and we have
Do you have
the
Wrexham as well?
which one?
Wrexham?
Wrexham. That's the team. Not Benfica.
Because we
It's
have
Wrexham.
yeah, because we have it as well in Dortmund. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and we also have that U.S. tour, which I think we have 3 games in that. So I think
Same.
6.
Yeah.
I out of all times, the whatever preseason tour we have, just cancel it. But I know that money comes first. Um, we need Posh to get with this team and to just see who his preferred 11 is going to be, what he can
Yes.
see, what to these players' strengths, get to know the manager. But no, we're going to be playing Wrexham. We're going to be playing was it Brentford in Maryland, which I would hope to go to that game, but
Ooh.
I don't wish to support this preseason tour.
I get that.
Um, yeah, it's I'm not. I mean, either way, I'm always for the players need a rest. Anyways, they play how many games a season, and then during
Lots of
cup
games.
competitions, if internationals, World Cup season
Yeah,
two.
luckily there isn't like, a World Cup this season like that. Or technically it was, but it's not like, in this summer, right? But then again, it doesn't matter because it was this season and they was tired, so.
But you got qualifiers though.
Yes, we do.
It's there's no break for these guys, and that's what
There
I
isn't.
always hope for them to rest. And we don't have to worry about more injuries,
Yeah.
shorter careers. But money comes first. I mean, now even the Champions League is going to have an extra how many games now? Which
Many
I wasn't
games.
for. I
Yeah.
I was really against this shit, but I get it. More money, more games.
Yeah.
So
Like I like the format it's been now, so I don't get what we're doing here.
more money.
Obviously, it's more money, like you're saying. Nah, it's mad. We'll probably do like a segment just for that or whatnot in another show. Ooh, JBT, brother, thank you so much for taking your time to be here. Once again, my apologies for it to go way longer than expected, but it was a good conversation. I appreciate it. Where can the people find you, mate?
Uh, at the Out of Time podcast, I haven't uploaded a video in such a long time. I just like going on people's streams as of late, and I'm just getting tired of saying the same thing about Chelsea. But I'll probably do like a end of season wrap up. I want to
Yeah.
do a streams where I want to get a panels of specifically. I'll get like an all Manchester United panel, all Arsenal, all Spurs, whatever. I'll deal with
Ooh,
the BS that was going to be thrown my way. But I just want to know their point of views of what they thought their season, how it went, any improvements, predictions for next season, goals for next season,
that
and
could be pretty dope.
yes, and I would hope and that you would be part of when I do the Manchester United stream. So and but you know what? Thank you for having me on for 2 hours. Hopefully I wasn't just blabbering too much, but you know
No.
what? I can talk with you for hours about
Oh,
football.
hey,
I mean,
I had a
it's good
I had a blast.
conversation.
We had great conversation. We touched on lots of stuff, and it was nice to just talk about football. You know,
Exactly.
that's something that I could also just talk about for hours and hours as well. It's my favorite thing to be talking about. So, hey, big up to you. So yeah, people,
Pick up the chat.
JBT's channel is in the title and also in the description box. So make sure that you do subscribe to his channel, show him some love. Also subscribe to this channel and give this video a big thumbs up as it helps the video to be pushed out there for more people to see. I will be back tomorrow with actually Dortmund versus Mainz to watch along because Dortmund potentially could win the Bundesliga, and I was like, no, I have to witness that. I have to see that. I have to see that. So that is going to be dope. So we're going to do that, and then the watch alongs, of course, for Banner versus Fulham on Sunday, and then a match reaction for that. So that's basically the rest of the videos for this week. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all so much for being here. The chat was popping, great questions, and we appreciate it. So
Big ups to the chats. I love
yes,
the internet. I love your chats are always like so hard. None like they are always interactive. I always like
I,
to be
I
part of it.
love it. It's just
Yeah.
it's that's you people. That's you. Big up to y'all. So have a lovely day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And we are out. Bye bye, people. Bye bye. See you soon.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.